Today we're talking about wood hunting saddles. So I'm sure that you guys have probably seen hundreds of videos on YouTube as far as how tree saddles go or hunting saddles in the hunting industry. So today I'm going to tell you why wood hunting saddles is above those other saddles that you've seen out there. So let's get into it. First of all, they are a family operated and owned company, and they make all of their products here in the United States in Jacksonville, Florida. And one of the other cool things is that they're not trying to make a huge profit or anything else like that off of these hunting saddles. They are affordable. And their whole thing is that they want to provide you with quality, affordable saddles because they're saddle hunters themselves. So they definitely understand where the average Joe hunter can't spend a ton of money on all this hunting equipment. So it's nice that they recognize that hunting equipment is expensive and they're not trying to gouge you with that. If you're new to saddle hunting or even a veteran of saddle hunting, Wood Hunting Saddles is here to help you pick out the right saddle for you. So if you need help walking through what kind of saddle is going to be right for you, they're there to help you. The next portion of the saddle that I'm going to attach is the leg straps with the G-hooks. And if you do want to upgrade to the next saddle up, you can get it with COBRA buckles installed. And if you're curious what the COBRA buckles are, that's basically what's attaching my waist strap. So you could have 3 of those COBRA buckles on your saddle for the upgrade. If you're curious what specific saddle this is going to be the deluxe saddle, and I have mine in a size 2. Right here in the video, I just wanted to show you guys the reinforced lineman's loop, and on the inside of it, it does have a reflective tracer thread, and it's an added safety component. So basically, you'll always be able to make sure that you'll be able to clip right into your lineman's belt super easily, and you'll always know where it's at. I really like that feature a lot. Next, I want to talk about one of the coolest features on this saddle, the adjustable bridge. And this kind of provides a lot of options for the saddle hunter because then you can cinch down on the loop of the bridge and you can really fine point what's comfortable for you, because what's comfortable for me may not be comfortable for the next guy. So it's definitely very easy to use. You just take the pressure off of the hitch right there, and then you slide it to the position that's most comfortable for you, and it locks in place really easily. Lastly, I wanted to give you guys an up-close shot of the COBRA buckles. This is really nice because of the flat design that it has. It sits right against your waist, and even if you cinch it down, it doesn't pull on your waist when you're in the saddle. So this is probably the big question of what most people are asking is, what sets this saddle apart from all the other saddles on the market? Well, specifically, this saddle is designed for the leaner or the sitter. And so it's built with an adjustable bridge so that you can lean back into it and it doesn't pinch your hips. That's one of the big things that I've noticed with saddles in the past that I've used. It really infringes on your hips, and especially like on those long sits, like it's just too much. Like it hurts me personally. But with this saddle right here, with that adjustable bridge, it totally eliminates that. So I've sat in this saddle for a total of about 3 hours so far, and because I'm able to move and adjust the saddle, I don't have any of that hip pain that I've had with my previous saddles. So this definitely sets it to number 1 for me. And the other thing cool that is about it too is that it's very rugged and it feels very sturdy compared to some of the other saddles that are kind of like, feels like the quality is pretty decent, but like with this one for sure, the stitching on it, the material, you just feel safe while you're in it. One of the other things I like about this saddle is that for the lineman's loop, they have reinforced thread and material in there. So even in the dark, you don't know, like you'll know exactly where you're going to put your carabiner so that you don't get lost and you're like, is this the right one? It's very obvious that that's what it is. And then also it's made of such durable material that like I really do feel like if you were to maneuver around pretty heavily on it, it's not going anywhere. Like that's made very sturdy, and I really like the emphasis that they put on, again, all of the material to make you feel safe while you're in the saddle. Again, the saddle's made for leaning or sitting. So while you are leaning or walking out into the woods, the mesh center that's in the middle of this closed. And then whenever you go to sit down to get into your saddle and actually like put some pressure into it, that's when you can open up the mesh center to give you more space. So again, it doesn't pinch your hips. And if you're a bigger guy like myself, you get a little bit more room and you're able to sit there comfortably. So I really appreciate that as a saddle hunter. So in this saddle right here, it does have a 32-inch adjustable AM steel bridge, which again, that's another highlight of this saddle, is that you can adjust it and you can fit it specifically to you to make sure that you are comfortable. I feel like that's the big theme for saddle hunting, is just to make sure that you're comfortable. So this is how it looks when it's fully out and I have the bridge at its furthest capacity. Then you can also make it to where you're just kind of leaning, standing up. So I mean, I really like that feature. I feel like it'll definitely allow you to be in the tree longer too. I like that a lot. So one of the cool features is that you can adjust where this sits on the loop so it doesn't pinch your hips. So you can slide it all the way down, lock it in place. You could slide it all the way up, lock it in place, and you can adjust it towards your hips. So I think that that's pretty awesome. I like keeping it in the middle personally. And again, it sits differently on your hips depending on where you have it on the side. And again, it uses a Blake's hitch instead of a prusik knot, because when you go to lock in for your bridge, it creates a little bit more stability as far as that knot not going anywhere. So that's another little intricate thing that maybe most saddle hunters wouldn't have thought of or maybe overlooked. So I'm glad that wood hunting saddles definitely caught that, and every time I've set it in place, it hasn't moved at all. So I like it so far. This saddle has easily become my #1 saddle in my arsenal just because of all the features that we just went over. Again, I think for me, saddle hunting, the main word should be comfortable. You should be comfortable while you're out in the stands. You're putting in long hours in the woods. You might as well be comfortable. This saddle definitely gives it to you. And again, you're not breaking the bank with the price of this saddle. So do yourself a favor, check out wood hunting saddles. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Let me know what you think of this saddle in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video.